Hello, good morning once again, and welcome to our weekly tips from Strategy Up. My name is Mark Zirka. I am the founder and the CEO of Strategy Up and Strategy Up Academy. Last week, we spoke about the importance of action plans and how to set the action plans and why we need to have action plans in place. Today, we're going to talk about the importance of setting the objectives around the action plans, and especially we're going to talk about SMART objectives. Now, when we talk about strategic actions or an action plan, we need to, first of all, set a clear objective. Ideally, we need to work on a SMART objective framework. So SMART is an acronym for specific, measurable, actionable, relevant, and time-bound. So this is extremely important. Why? Because we need to be very objective. We need to be able to measure everything we do. In strategy, as we explained in the previous week, we need to be very transparent. We need to give some tools and some ways for all stakeholders to measure the actions and to really know if we have met the deadlines, if we have met our objectives or not. And also extremely important is for us internally. Internally, it's very important to be able to measure and to understand where do we stand in the progress of implementing any strategy. So this is why we need, first of all, to be very specific. So this is the first letter of the SMART acronym. Being very specific is actually going to help us even to break down a very complex project or task into many smaller, or what I call micro steps into a project management process. And this way, we're going to achieve many things at once. First of all, we're going to keep our eyes on the horizon. We will be all the time knowing what we're doing, and any slight deviation from our objective will be perceived very fast, very easily, and hence we'll be able to take any corrective measures. Then after we are very specific, we need to have an objective which is measurable. And this is the second letter of our acronym from the SMART objectives. Why it is measurable? Because, like everything in business, we need to be able to weigh how effective is our work and our progress. It should be measurable. It could be a measure of time. It could be a measure of revenue. It could be a measure of, number of customers. It could be a measure of satisfaction rate. It could be any kind of measure. It could be even financial ratios, right? It doesn't matter. But as long as we know, first of all, how to measure, and then we know what we are measuring. So this is extremely important. Then it should be achievable and actionable, right? Because if we don't do that, how are we going to really attain and reach our objectives? It should be achievable, meaning that we shouldn't put lots of pressure on our shoulders, and we shouldn't put very tough objectives. I am not saying that you should put lots of easy objectives and easy to reach. However, we need to be very reasonable, because when we put very difficult objectives, then our team and the people who are working on these projects will be a little bit demotivated because they are not really able to see the end of the tunnel. So achievable and actionable should be in the heart of setting up an objectives for an action plan. I want to thank you today for listening to me. I want to also thank you for being a loyal viewer and listener to us, to our weekly tips. I hope that I will see you next week with a new tip regarding strategy and the implementation of strategy. Thank you and have a great day.